Hey, what's up, guys? It's Randall from OddsJam back with you today to do some more live plus EV betting. We'll see what's out there, see if we can find some value today. Bet Tracker on OddsJam is now auto grading your bets. So going to hop over there and show you that. You put your bet into the Bet Tracker and it is going to grade it for you. Unbelievable feature. No longer have to grade bets. I did not grade these two bets that we placed yesterday on the live stream. They were graded whenever I woke up this morning. So if you're not using the Bet Tracker, big mistake by you, first of all, as a sports bettor, because you need to be tracking your bets in order to see where you're making money, where you're losing money, and then why. Is it because you're not beating the closing line? Is it because you are just betting everything you see? What's the reason for you making shitty bets? Bet Tracker will tell you that. So make sure, even if you do not have a subscription with OddsJam, you are just using the Bet Tracker to track your bets. I mean, it's very simple. You come to the odds page, you click a game, and you click the thing, whatever, market you're betting, and you add it to your Bet Tracker. So save, you hop over here to the Bet Tracker, and there it is, Ball State money line. So I'm going to delete that, but it's just that easy. I mean, that simple to add bets, and it doesn't cost you a dime. Say you want to bet the Cavaliers game and you're lazy and you don't want to go and try to find it, you can just search it. So you can type in Cavaliers up at the top, and it will bring up all of the markets, all of the bets that are available for this game, and you can click it. Say you want to take Cavs +1. Say you want to bet 110. You save it, and it goes into your Bet Tracker, and it will grade this at the end of the night for me tonight. So again, Bet Tracker, totally free. Take advantage of it. Become a more profitable sports bettor. Speaking of profitable sports betting, you need to have every single sports book that is available in your state. If you do not, you are doing yourself a huge disservice. So click the links below, take advantage of those sports books in your state, take advantage of the sign-up bonuses. Again, if you don't, you are wasting your time as a sports bettor. You absolutely need to be signing up for every possible book, especially if you're using OddsJam. I mean, this is having all of the books is where our product works best, or it's how our product works best. So if you don't have every single book, then again, you are not sports betting in a proper way. There's no reason that you should take, for example, let's just look at this bet. There's no reason that you should take Kent State +8.5 at -114 on FanDuel when you can get -110. Doesn't make any sense. So that is the importance of having multiple sports books. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll see what's out there today. We can sort by percentage, or we can sort by date. I'm going to go ahead. It looks like we're seeing quite a few things, or quite a few events that at least start out or that are later in the month. So, but we'll just keep it like this. We'll sort it by percentage. I guess it's not that many. Again, here in Illinois, don't have as many sports books. However, if you are watching and you are from Illinois, email me, Randall@oddsjam.com. FanDuel is offering an incredible promo if you sign up before March 5th. So shoot me an email if you're in Illinois. I will send you a link to sign up for that. It's $100 in site credit. Literally all you have to do is sign up before March 5th. So just taking a look here at the Plus EV page. Not a lot out there, at least right now. Cincinnati +140 has some value. I do not yet have Kenny's ratings, which I use almost daily on the stream just to kind of show you guys if there's some potential value or some extra value. Kenny's a former odds maker. Memphis, according to ESPN, 2-point favorite. I will tell you, Memphis is coming off of a huge win, I believe, against Houston, if I'm not mistaken, on Saturday. We'll just double check that. Cincinnati's coming off of a pathetic loss against, I believe it was Tulsa. So actually, hold on. I want to click the actual game, compare both teams. Cincinnati, Memphis. Let's see here. So, yeah, they lost at Tulsa 83-77. They were a favorite in that game. Memphis went down and drilled Houston. So Memphis -3 tonight. Looks like there is some value on the money line over at Caesars, +140, 21-cent difference here in the market width. Again, how do you determine market width? 145 minus 124. It's 21 cents. You take the negative or the favorite and you subtract the underdog or the plus, however you want to say it or think about it so that you can figure it out. I'm looking here for one that has two negatives or two favorites. I'm not seeing one. So let's just say, for example purposes, this was -127, -104. You would add these two numbers together. So it would then become 131, or I'm sorry, not 131. It would become 31-cent difference in the market width. So that is how you would figure it if it were two negatives, but it's not. So this one is actually 23 cents. If this were a little bit higher expected value, I would probably bet this over 132 in this Indiana-Wisconsin game, but only 1.7%. So I'm going to probably pass there. Just briefly, I want to hop over to FanDuel because I did this earlier. You can place a risk-free soccer same-game parlay. I'll go ahead and log in. I mean, I don't know a damn thing about soccer other than you can get yellow cards, red cards, and you're trying to put the ball into the net. So it's a 3-leg parlay between the dates today and tomorrow, and you get a refund if it loses. So you opt in 3+ legs on a soccer game taking place the next couple of days. And it's just a risk-free $10 bet. I mean, if it loses, you're going to get your money back in site credit, which on FanDuel is just like cash. So we can come over here. I bet this morning. I mean, I have no idea if this is a good bet or a bad bet. I mean, you can throw a bunch of random stuff in there if you want and try to build a total lottery ticket. I don't know. I picked a few things, try to scrape $49 here if this wins. Man City was like -270. This was, I don't know, around -300 maybe. This was juiced pretty high. The corners was juiced pretty high. Raheem Sterling to score a goal was like +150, I think. That's ultimately what took it to +492. Again, I have no clue who this guy is. Don't know anything about soccer. So if you want to tail that, go ahead. If you don't, then just opt in and build you a parlay there. Totally risk-free. Let's see. Here we go. Florida +1 at Texas A&M. Little over 3% of expected value, 18-cent difference there in the market width. I do absolutely hate taking road teams in college basketball, but for whatever reason, I do like this Florida team. I've always been a sucker for betting Florida. Not sure why, but I do like to bet Florida. So we can just take a look at this game. Again, you don't have to do this if you're betting. I mean, they did just get smoked by Kentucky. Was on Kentucky on Saturday in that game. This is probably a game. I mean, it looks like both teams probably need to win to kind of keep their tournament hopes alive. It looks like Texas A&M has lost 8 in a row. So that is definitely not a good sign. A team that's maybe quit. Scores don't really indicate that they've quit. I mean, they lost by 8. against LSU, lost by 4 at Mizzou, only lost by 10 to Tennessee. So let's see if it's still there. If it is, we'll bet it. Florida +1, -106 on FanDuel. Again, if you're new to the stream today, you've never watched me, I bet smaller amounts to show you that you can be profitable. With OddsJam, you don't have to be betting 200, 300 a game to make money and to enjoy sports betting. So we'll throw 20 on Florida +1. Has a little bit more expected value than Florida money line. I mean, actually hardly any. So, I mean, I guess if you don't want to lay the juice, take Florida on the money line. I'll take it +1. Florida loses by 1, then it's a wash. Been watching college basketball probably far longer than some of you have been alive, and I've seen it happen. So, not going to get greedy there over 6 cents. Joking about watching college basketball longer than some of you have been alive. I am only 31 years old. So let's see here. Anything else? Central Michigan, Eastern Michigan, first half over 67.5. We can take a look and see. Looks like most books have it 68, 69. Wow, DraftKings 69 juice to the over. PointsBet 69 juice to the over. So FanDuel asleep at the wheel. Let's take advantage of that while we can. Central Michigan, Eastern Michigan, first half, total points over 67.5. We'll bet that for 20 as well. I don't think I added that Florida bet to my bet tracker. Hopefully it's still there. Did not. So we bet that. We threw 20 on it. And the next bet we made was the first half. Little lower expected value, but again, looking at that, I mean, every other sports book has this 68, 69. We can look and we can see what New Jersey has. BetMGM's at 68.5. Fox Bet's at 68.5. Again, DraftKings was juiced to the over. PointsBet, even WinBet has it at 69. So I mean, DraftKings is definitely sleeping here on this line. So we'll take advantage of that while we can. Go ahead and stick in New Jersey. See if there's anything that New Jersey has that I don't have. Looks like Providence. This is a 28-cent difference here in the market width. I try to stick to 15 to 25 cents or anything even below that. It looks like Providence has a little value in the first half on the money line. Again, you can compare. I mean, it's not totally out of line. I mean, I guess it is a little bit. +120 on Fox Bet, +135. So Providence may be worth a look in the first half on the money line. Nice home dog there. It is a little bit alarming that the number 8 team in the land is catching 4 points against Villanova, but nonetheless, take that for whatever you wish. Florida money line, super tight market. I mean, really, really happy with this bet that we placed just a bit ago. I think it's a solid bet. Let's see here. Place this one, Central Michigan, Eastern Michigan, Iona, and St. Peter's in the first half. Here's one, Bowling Green, Buffalo, 2%. We can at least take a look at it on ESPN and see what ESPN has to say about this. Buffalo -3. Definitely seems to be some value here on Bowling Green, according to ESPN and the positive EV page. So Bowling Green +5.5, I think, is definitely worth a look. You can get that -110 at WinBet. You can see most of the other books are 4.5. So yeah, I mean, this is definitely a solid bet here on WinBet. Bowling Green +5.5. It's -133 on Fox Bet, -130 on PointsBet, -118 on the Canby books, and you are picking up -110. So Bowling Green +5.5. If you can bet that on WinBet, be sure to do that. Let's see here. Kent State plus 8.5 against Toledo. I do have points bet 3.4%. So let's just take a look and see. Kent State on the road looks like Toledo's minus 11, and the spread is 8.5. So again, we can look at this and we can just kind of see what's out there. We would be picking up Kent State plus 8.5. It looks like most of these books are at 8.5, so it's not like there's a huge outlier in this particular game. It's probably moving to 8 just based on the juice here at DraftKings and some of these other books. So I'm going to pass on that just simply because there doesn't seem to be, outlying value in that particular game. And it looks like now maybe it is off the board. So, or not off the board, but at least off of the page. North Florida Liberty over under 136. A little bit of value there. VCU and Fordham. We can take a look at that one. Fordham plus 9. Looks like they have VCU minus 6. ESPN does. We're picking up 3 more points of value there if you trust in ESPN. Again, you don't even have to use that. I like to just to kind of see minus 120, minus 125, minus 110. It looks like it's minus 110 most places. Maybe it's getting ready to move to VCU minus 9. But for the most part, it looks like it's more kind of juiced to Fordham here in just these couple of books. So let's take a look. We already said that was sitting at 6. Just going to look. I'm going to see if these two teams have played this year. Again, you can use this page however you want. I choose to go a little more in depth. Do you have to? Hell no. I mean, you don't. You can go through and you can bet these games and you can do just a little bit of clicking around, see what the value is. So don't feel like you have to spend an eternity on each of these games trying to figure out, what is going to happen in order to be successful. I love college basketball. I like to look for different things. Basically what I'm doing right now is trying to see if Fordham and VCU had played, and they have not. So I was hoping to see them have played already once, to see how they matched up the first time, but they haven't played, so no big deal. Looks like they're coming off of a 3-game road trip. VCU, this line maybe just a little bit inflated on a 3-game winning streak, back-to-back road games here. So do like that angle in college basketball. You can definitely see why the plus EV side is on Fordham here. It makes total sense from all of the angles that I look at. So it's definitely worth a bet, and it lines up with the other books. So I'll throw 20 on that. Again, a little lower expected value, but value nonetheless, and value that I like. So we'll save that. Go back up. We'll refresh our page, see if there's anything new that pops up. Let's see. Oregon State, Colorado. Can take a look at that game. Oregon State is god awful. Pretty well pick them. Colorado is definitely not what they have been in years past. I mean, this is great value here. Oregon State plus 165. I mean, if you can get that, I mean, most of the other books plus 155, plus 140. So it's not a huge outlier, but I mean, if I could bet this at plus 165, I mean, just based on this right here, home dog, I would be all over that in this particular spot. So it's definitely worth a look there if you can get Oregon State in that spot. Indiana minus 6. I tell you, I really like that. I can't bet it because I don't have any of these books here in Illinois, but love Indiana tonight against Wisconsin. Much, much different team at home. I'm probably going to personally bet Indiana minus the 3. At least that's what it was when I checked earlier. So Indiana minus 6. Some good expected value there. Let's go back over to Illinois, just see if there's anything that I'm missing that's not showing up maybe on Barstool. It doesn't look like that is the case. Fordham plus 9. We locked that in already. Indiana minus 3. Well, how about it? Indiana minus 3, minus 127, plus 107, 20-cent difference. Let's just go ahead and bet that. We said we were going to anyway, or I was going to anyway, so why not bet it? It's plus EV. So I really like that. Indiana. I believe, again, this doesn't matter, but I believe this was a game that Indiana had won whenever they played at Wisconsin, and they decided to piss down both legs. Is that correct or no? Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah, Indiana up 17 and just totally pissed down both legs. So, and they don't cover. Minus 4.5, lose by 5, losers. So, Indiana minus 3. Let's bet it. I'm going to throw 30 on that one, just a little bit more than the norm on the live stream. I only have with it. Let's just put all of our points bet balance on it. I would actually like to bet this for more personally, but I don't have any more money in points bet. So we'll just bet that 49.76 on Indiana minus 3. Hopefully they come to play tonight, and we can go ahead and lock that in on points bet. This was probably my favorite play of the day. So need to redeposit here into points bet. This one's going to tempt me here. Tennessee, Kentucky. I mean, Kentucky, the number 2 team in the land. Absolutely love this team. Think they have a chance to make a Final Four run and a legit chance to win it all. But I mean, this is a spot where Tennessee is probably the right side. It's hard to take road teams in college basketball. You see it all the time. Let's look here at this game. Kentucky's ranked all the way up to number 4. Both teams come in on winning streaks. They haven't played yet this year, I don't believe. Or did they? Yes, they did. Okay. They did. They pounded Tennessee 107-79. So, I mean, Tennessee definitely some revenge here on their minds. I mean, this Kentucky team, though, I mean, they are just nasty. Oh, shit. Did we miss it? Oh, it's just lower expected value. So now it's down to 2%. I mean, this was a 4% play. So actually, it looks like now some money is starting to come in on Kentucky. So I'm going to pass on that. I mean, at 4% expected value, it's probably going to close with negative expected value. So not a game I'm going to get on now then, just simply because it appears that it's going the other way versus where we want it to be headed. So Indiana money line on DraftKings minus 155. If you don't want to lay the points, I guess you could do that. Lower profit margin here, only 2%, but not much lower than this 2.5. So maybe should have looked at Indiana on the money line versus the 3. Always hate laying points in college basketball this time of the year. It can be very, very difficult for these teams to cover. But we're on Indiana already nonetheless, -3. So bet tracker, we can hop over here. Again, this is a totally free tool to use. You can see it's starting to update the closing line. We're still ahead on Florida. We're still ahead on this over. We're still ahead on Fordham +9. So we have the value. This will update here in just a little bit. We'll be able to follow that and see where we're at on Indiana. So taking a look, not really seeing anything else pop up that's different from the last couple of times. Make one look at Colorado, see if there's anything out there in Colorado that's different from some of these other states. Not seeing anything, at least. Scrolling Providence there in the first half on the money line has some value. Home dog there, Oregon State. Indiana -6. We talked about that already. Florida +1. Like both of those. Looks like the under 135 in Oregon State, Colorado has some value. Tennessee in the first half. I'll tell you, if you can get that, I mean, that might be worth a look. I could see a big effort out of Tennessee in the first half. Maybe up by 5 or 6 points, but maybe they don't cover the full game. So maybe worth a look there. Bowling Green, talked about that. First half money line, Tennessee -120, only 2% of expected value, but there is some value there. Indiana, Wisconsin, we looked at that one, over under 132, but pretty low expected value there, under 2%. So go ahead and go to Illinois, and we'll do one last refresh. Pacers, Bucks, over 121 in the first half, 5%. Let's just look and see. Looks like all these other books are 122. Gonna need to be quick on this one if we want to bet it. Come on. Over 121, 121.5. So, I mean, it looks like this is juiced to the under with these other books. A couple books, 122. Under. So might be one worth looking at. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. You are getting a 0.5 point of value, but I mean, you can see all of these books are kind of juiced to the under. So probably pass on that one. Up to 8% here on the over 121.5 +105 on BetMGM. So maybe that is actually worth a look if you're able to bet that on MGM. Looks to be about it. Probably going to wrap up this live stream here very shortly. Again, this Tennessee-Kentucky game, man, I'm just really torn here. Like Kentucky a lot. This was 4%. It's down to 2.6. So I wonder, if that market is now moving towards Kentucky. So maybe one to watch. I would just prefer to have a little bit more value if I'm going to be betting on that one in this particular instance. So yeah, that is pretty well it. Not really seeing anything else new that's out there. Again, being on this page throughout the day, checking for bets, refreshing the page, all of those things are critical to you making money betting on sports. Again, as always, if you have questions, email me, Randall at OddsJam.com, DM me on Twitter at RandallKBets. More than happy to help you out. Again, also, if you are in Illinois, you do not have FanDuel, email me. I've got a link for you to sign up. You get $100 in site credit on March 5th. March 5th, going to be a great day for Illinois sports bettors. You do not have to register in person. So that is going to be awesome. Hopefully we can get some new books as well. If you're in any other state, just click the description below. Make sure you have all of those books. If you don't, sign up for them. If you have questions about how to utilize the promotional offer, the risk-free bet, do you get it back in a free bet? Do you get it back in site credit? Just email me. More than happy to walk you through how to use that. So until tomorrow, and I will see you later on.